Hi, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Gig Economy Podcast. Just real quick, Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV located on Stafford, just east of 131 and 44th Street. They are 44th Street. Slow down, Jason. They are the studio sponsor of the Gig Economy Podcast. We cannot thank them enough for supporting us. Go to irvines.com or you can call them at 532-6600. There at irvines.com, you can schedule all of the services you need. It's pretty COVID friendly. Basically, you can drop the car off, put the keys in a box. They look at everything, you accept or decline, and you're on your way. They've just been amazing through the pandemic and just an amazing sponsor to the Gig Economy Podcast. If you do go there, please tell them that you heard about them on the Gig Economy Podcast, because we'd love them to be a sponsor with us forever. So 532-6600 or go to irvines.com, ERVINES.com to schedule your services. Also, if you are a business owner or know somebody that could benefit from us talking about them, please email us, team@gigeconomy-podcast.com, or you can Facebook message us. We'd love to get more supporters or sponsors on the show to kind of get their name out. So if you own a business or you know somebody, we'd love to get in contact with them. So again, team@gigeconomy-podcast.com or Facebook message us. We talk about it on the show today, but I want to talk about the Octopus tablet. This is a tablet that you can put in your car. It plays games and ads, and you earn up to $100 per month for doing that. They send you the tablet, everything you need. It's pretty sweet, and it's now live in Grand Rapids, so I would check it out. The description and the link is in the show notes. Please do. I mean, it's an easy, not passive way to earn $100 a month just for driving around like you would anyways. So, guys, thank you so much for enjoying the show, supporting the show, sharing the show. We really appreciate it. All right, enjoy the show. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We are in this beautiful studio. Well, I am in this beautiful studio from Irvine's, sponsored by Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. We'll talk about them in a little bit. So my name is Jason, Jesper to your right, and Patreon member and fellow gigster Leo from Detroit is joining us. So looking forward to that. The reason we are remote is my daughter did come down with COVID. She gets to go back to school on Friday, so we just thought it'd be safe. I am fully vaccinated. Jesper is, but we thought we'd just better err on the side of caution. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Before we get into everything, if you could share this in your local group, that would be great. Also, everything gig economy related, if you go to gigeconomy-podcast.com, or the Linktree link in the description, that can get you everything. Hi, Larry. Hi, Janet and Keith. Hey.
Apparently, Janet is taking us into the garden. I'm not sure I like that.
That sounded so creepy. Yes. On your screen right now is just a reminder for the picnic on September 11th, 2021 from 12 to 4. Giveaways for sure. Food for sure. Maybe a petting zoo.
Why do you keep putting the petting zoo on there?
I mean, I'm hoping that you're
planning on getting a goat or what?
A goat would be good. We could milk it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we could add could that be part of our Kahlua drink? Put a little cream in there. Well, okay.
Throw the goat on the grill.
The goat on the
the goat on the grill. Whew.
Yeah. So, that's gross. That's just me. So yeah, head to the picnic. We would love to see you. I know Leo's been to. Did you go to the first one, Leo?
No, just last year.
Okay. All right.
I crashed my drone, remember?
Yeah. That's right. So Leo will be there for sure. So yeah, come join us on September. What was the date?
9/11.
Oh yeah. How could I forget that? 9/11.
It's kind of a big day.
Yes.
Big day. My wife goes, why do you guys have it on the 11th?
Well, I mean, it's just, it's Yeah, not that it's just a date, but hey, gig economy merch. Go there and buy me a t-shirt or buy yourself a t-shirt. This black one is still up.
I was going to say, I thought you took that off.
I did. I don't know why it's still up. It's pissing me off.
I took it off. I swear.
Actually, I was reading an MLive article about gig work, and that ad popped up on there from Redbubble. I'm like, of course, that one popped up. Anyways, if you go to the gigeconomy-podcast.com, the link is in there for merch. There's
a giant button on the top of the screen. So.
Yeah. So a lot of times Redbubble has sales too. So some of these prices, we don't set the prices, and we make
and we don't get much at all.
Stop interrupting me. Yeah, we don't get. No, it's okay. We don't get much at all either. A small percentage. So, but it's just more if you want to rep your favorite gig economy podcast. We're really not doing it to make money, but yeah, they got all kinds of stuff. We got art print. We talked about a tapestry. Again, I think that tapestry would be cool if the logo is bigger. I might have to look into that.
I think your wife might like that comforter.
I think we need to cartoon our faces and put it on there. I think she would like it much better. Anyway,
she want to wake up and look at me every morning. That's better than you,
Rude. Anyways, I want to mention our Patreon members because we appreciate their support. Keith from Georgia, who's on the live chat. Of course, Leo from Detroit, Steve from Colorado, Samson's from Grand Rapids. I haven't heard from him in forever. Larry from Bowling Green, and Janet from New Zealand in the garden, which Jesper thinks is sexy for some weird reason.
Hey, I didn't say that. Okay, I just said it was a little bit weird.
No, you were like, hey, yeah, okay. I also want to mention the Telegram group, which we've had a few members pop in. That's been great. We have Matt. He's new. He's out of GR, and then we had a female join, and then I think Sam scared her off. True or false? Can anyone?
But Sam isn't even driving anymore, so what's he still in the group for?
Yes, she is.
Oh, she is back driving?
Well, yeah, she got a job, but it doesn't quite pay all the bills. So she's still doing some gig work. So you can join the Telegram group. The link is in the description.
She's going to really come down on me now that I told her she's not driving on the live stream. She's not going to like that a lot.
She's not in here.
Sorry, Sam. Didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, she's not in
kind
here.
Kind of did, but...
Anyways, and then... I just want to thank Steve from Rideshare Rodeo. He's been great supporter of this podcast. I've been on his show. We've just got a great relationship. He's got a great podcast. Just had his 1-year anniversary, which I was the guest host, so that was pretty cool. So check him out. You can, I don't need to tell you how to.
Why would he want to have you on? You're not anything special.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I appreciate it. He credits me for helping him start his podcast, so I guess that's why he had me on. I don't know.
A little bit red eyes there, huh, Jason? It's getting a little cry there, a little bit. So,
it's allergies, bro.
Yeah, it's like.
So yeah, check him out. Rideshare Rodeo. You can find it on all podcast platforms. And then Jesper, why don't you tell us a little bit about a new app called Safer Rides, which you have heard, if you've listened to the podcast, you have heard that podcast, but Jesper has a little more an update for that.
I do. So I received a phone call this last week and a couple of emails actually that they are coming to Michigan. Safer Rides, they're about 30 to 60 days out. They're currently working on getting some of the big I want to say deals going with the hospitals and the insurance companies and that kind of stuff. Primarily, they're going to be for scheduled rides to begin with. And primarily, it's going to be seniors needing to go to doctor's appointments and so forth. So that's kind of where they're planning on starting, at least according to the gal that I talked to. Told her that I wasn't driving passengers yet, but I definitely was interested in getting active on Safer, so that when I'm ready for that, I'm ready for that. Also on that one, she did say though, and not to say that they're not going to be taking smaller vehicles, but she did mention that larger vehicles with easy access for seniors was definitely going to be a benefit for this kind of gig, because that's kind of where they're going to be starting with. obviously, it's not going to be necessary for you to have, a wheelchair ramp or anything like that. But stuff, it's obviously a much easier for a senior to get into a big van, in and out of a big van, than it is to get into a small Master 3 hatchback. So don't drive that one, Jesper, when you're doing your safer rides. So that was basically it. They are going to be offering up the same insurance as Uber and Lyft today, with what she said was the same, also the same, what's it called? Co-deduction of $2,500.
Insurance?
Well, yes, the deductible that you also have on Uber and that Lyft just went to as well. So that's going to be all the same. And obviously, just like with Lyft and Uber, you still need to have your rider in place just to protect yourself. So that has not changed at all. And the big difference is that the way you're going to get paid is you get 80% of the fare. And the fare is calculated just like Uber and Lyft used to be, or I guess they still are. She didn't say the rates, but it's been based off a formula based on time and mileage, just like.
Hey Jesper, why don't you tell people what Safer is? People that haven't listened to the show, I know, you're getting deep into the details, which I super appreciate. But why don't we talk about what Safer is, how they differentiate from Uber and Lyft?
So Safer SAFR is a new rideshare app. And specifically the way they start out saying is that they're the app where you can actually specify whether or not you want to have a female driver, that kind of stuff. And you can team up so that female riders can ask for only get female drivers and so forth. So there's a different set of criteria that you can do that sets them apart from the more traditional Uber and Lyft on the market today.
Yeah.
So is that good?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that people hadn't heard the podcast. I probably should have prefaced that before you started. That's my bad. But no, I'm excited for another rideshare game to come to the market. Leo, can you talk a little bit about Zoom rides? There it goes. I knew it started with a Z, but I was like, I don't quite remember. Are they still popping in Detroit, or have they backed off a little bit?
They did do a successful soft launch last year, but they're waiting for this whole pandemic to die down before they do full hardcore. At least that's what Carol said in the Facebook group. But I have had a few requests come in, but I have not gotten any, done any rides myself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping that they can come to Grand Rapids. I mean, we talk about this a lot, like all these gig companies, are they going to be successful? And I'm waiting for the one that's better, that actually makes it. You know what I mean? That actually can compete with Uber and Lyft. But man, it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard, right? Go ahead, Leo.
I was going to say, I know they just recently launched down in Florida too, so that should help quite a bit.
Yeah, Florida's a good market for whatever reason.
I think it's tough that no matter what, right? Because if the features is good enough, Lyft or Uber can just snatch them up, buy them, or just add the features themselves. I mean, they have so much money that it's really hard. It's really hard to compete with those companies.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to compete with features. You're going to have to compete with better fares for the drivers. That's
correct. Yes,
that's the only way that's going to work. Drivers aren't going to even. Okay, you have this one extra feature. Are you paying me the same as Uber? I'm just going to stay what's easier, Uber. I don't really care about the features.
You also have to attract the riders, because obviously the drivers are not going to come if there's no riders.
Right. Totally.
You got to have the fares.
Yeah, you got to have the fares for sure. So we do have some stories for the road. I don't. Leo might. I'm not sure, but I know Jesper does, as he went out pretty much a rookie weekend of food delivery.
10 days ago, I did a rookie weekend of food delivery. That is, did you say rookie weekend? Because that was what I did.
Yeah.
I was the rook, that's for sure.
And mute your notifications.
Oh, I thought I did that, but then you had to go talk.
Sorry, and I distracted you. Go ahead.
So I was out on Doordash. I finally got back on track on both Uber and Doordash, and that was interesting. I took two. I had scheduled myself for 2 blocks of time on Doordash, where I got the 2 blocks. I got $2.50 extra and $3 extra in those 2 blocks. per ride. So that was interesting, and without that extra, it definitely wouldn't have been worth it. But it was a decent night. I mean, I think it was just in about, well, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna preface it that the story is what made it much worse. I was out about just roughly 5 hours, and I made $100. So no, it was not a lot of money, but the difference there is about 1 hour of that I was stuck at Smoky Bones. And that was my own rookie mistake. I own up to it. I should have walked in there, and I should have seen it. I should have walked out.
Yep.
But the story was I was so disgusted at Smoky Bones. It was just horrible. It was just horrible. And first of all, it's like 8 o'clock at night. Not even. Maybe 7. I don't forget what it was. I think it was 7. Anyways, I come into the restaurant, and they were out of chicken. How can Smoky Bones be out of chicken at 7 o'clock?
I actually like when restaurants run out because that means their food is fresh. When you go to a restaurant and they can constantly, like, 2 a.m. kicking out ribs, that's a problem.
And I understand that. But one of the main meats they sell is chicken, right? How can you be out of chicken? I mean, that's like, no, you don't. Anyway, so they were out of chicken. And so it was just a giant rigmarole, and we had to contact the client to figure out what he wanted instead, and blah, 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 blah. And I should have just walked out.
Yeah.
That was the big giveaway. But about an hour later, I finally walked out of the restaurant with the food. I took it to the people, and they were sorry. They were, on my behalf, but they certainly didn't tip me anymore for that reason. So apparently they weren't that sorry.
No, no, not at all.
So whatever. I mean, again, I took it as a rookie mistake, and it is what it is. But I mean, at the end of the night, I had $100 that I didn't have before I started, and so that was the encouraging part. And I got out, and I learned a little bit, and more than anything, I got back in the saddle, if you will, right? So I'm gonna try and go out once a week from now on, and just kind of see how it goes. So,
for you being out for your first time and kind of balancing 2 apps, $20 an hour ain't horrible.
No,
a rookie going out, juggling 2 apps,
right?
I don't think that's bad at all. And with the Smoky Bones debacle, I mean, you could probably add it to 21, 22 an hour without Smoky Bones. What do you think, Leo? I think that's not bad for a first night out.
Not at all. Usually I'd go about 23, 25 an hour when I'm doing it. So
see, so that's not that bad, Jesper. I don't think.
No, and I didn't think it was, but it was still, it was the debacle of the Smoky Bones that was just horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then again, I don't want to throw Smoky Bones too much under the table, but there was no way I'm eating there anymore because I could see into the kitchen. And
you shouldn't have brought that part up. Oh well,
sorry,
that's fine. Yeah, we all have seen. I mean, it's funny. Like you go to Chipotle, you can't get away with that, right? Because everything is the open. And I don't know. I've been to Smoky Bones twice. I was never impressed. But we all have the blacklist of restaurants that we're not going to go to. So that's clearly one of yours. But
well, and then on the other side, I made 2 stops that night at Wingstop, and it's a small, people who don't know, it's a small wings restaurant, and they were super fast. It was like in and out and doing a great job. Was almost encouraging the Dash drivers, and it's like that I can deal with.
Well, some restaurants got it, some don't. They know how to get food out, and when you're dealing with Smoky Bones, you're dealing with such a variety of a menu. Whereas like Wingstop, it's like 10 items. You know what I mean? Like this is what we got. But good.
Well, they did give me a pop, so there's that. So
no, they gave you a beer, it'd be a different story. Pop, I'm gonna say forget it. But
I meant to say pop.
Oh
no, it was a pop.
Anyways, all right. Before we jump into gig economy news, our sponsor Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid, located on Stafford, just east of 131. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. They haven't changed their logo or anything, but maybe that takes time. Although they have separate logos for. I should get the hybrid one up here. now that I think about it.
You should, yep.
Yeah. But anyways, 532-6600 or irvines.com to schedule your service. Everything's COVID protocol safe. You don't even have to see them. You can drop your keys off or drop your car and your keys off, pay online, all that stuff. So we really appreciate Irvine supporting us. They've just been great. They do great service. Not the cheapest, but the best. 532-6600 or irvines.com. And, of course, if you go there to get service, please mention that you heard it from the Gig Economy podcast. We'd really appreciate it. All right, so we're going to start off with a little fun TikTok, just some humor to get the show started as far other than Jesper's face. But this is kind of funny. You didn't get that, Jesper?
No, I didn't.
You weren't even listening. Leo, no laugh from Leo. I mean, what are we doing here? Like, do I need to get another audience, or I mean, good Lord. Okay,
I was trying to keep up on the lineup. Sorry,
I appreciate that. Yeah, you're up next, by the way.
I know.
All right, here we go. This guy needs a new job. I think we're gonna play this and.
Yeah, I got a package. Whoa! No! Get your dog! Ah! Ah! Get your dog! Get your dog! Get your dog!
He screams like a little girl.
I know.
He's on the car right now. The customer's car, by the way.
Get your dog!
I mean, then you really have to be scared.
Oh, okay. So for the audio listeners, it definitely was a guy delivering a package. I kind of feel like it was, I don't know. Was that real? I think it was real. I don't know.
There's a good chance it was real.
It just seemed like he was over the top and the little girl's like, it's a puppy. It's okay. It's a puppy. Now, he needs to be out of the delivery service for one, but I do understand. I do hate when people say, he's a nice dog, he won't bite. Yeah, he's not going to bite you, but he might bite me. Oh, Seth from Missouri thinks it's fake.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know. With him jumping over the bike, it seemed, and like he jumped on the customer's car. I thought that, but I thought it was real up to that point, but then now I question it, that whole thing. But yeah, he rang the doorbell, as you could hear, and then he screamed. Maybe it was fake. I don't know. Damn it, Seth. Oh, Larry thinks it's fake too.
I'm sure it's fake. I don't know. Who knows?
All right, it's fake.
Everybody wants to have 5 minutes of attention these days, right?
I don't know. It was funny because I can, if it was real, I can definitely see a driver doing that.
But not for a small schnauzer like that. I mean, come on.
I think it was a bulldog. I think it was a bulldog.
Well, it was a tiny dog.
I don't know. Anyway,
just kick it. No, I would never kick it. Okay, I would never.
He did look very puntable.
A lot of those prank videos are fake.
I have a dog and 2 cats. I would never kick it.
Oh, I know.
To point that.
You don't even have to clear. I mean, maybe you should with this climate. But all right, what do we got next? Some new features from Uber.
We have new features from Uber.
No slide. No slide.
No slide. So this article is from the Rideshare Guy, and it's all about how Uber is rolling out new go-get initiatives and other features. So basically, this article is from April 28, and it's all about Uber that announces their go-get initiative as well as Uber Rent with Valet. So very specific here is it's important to point out that these features are not rolling out in all markets at the same time. And in fact, the Uber Rent with Valet is only going to be in Washington, D.C. to begin with, and then possibly later on in other markets. But the idea about Uber Rent with Valet is that apparently you as a driver, can get the job of becoming a valet driver. So you get called to the to Avis to pick up a rent vehicle, and then you have to drive it to the passenger, to the people who rent the car, and then you have to figure out how to get back to your car again.
Oh, that's stupid. What, you can take an Uber to go back, so you lost all your money?
You actually can. You can. They have a special code you can use to take an Uber ride back to your car, and you can get that cheaper. So
Still.
they have that all kind of affected into what you make on that deal.
I just ride around with those people that rented the car all day. I'm a bonus.
So that's actually So that's another feature that's coming, which is hourly bookings. You brought that up, which is a new feature that's coming up in certain markets. It's been available for a long time for Uber Black and Premier. But now it's coming for Uber X vehicles as well. And I'm not sure I like that very much. I'm not sure I would take an hourly booking in my X. But anyways, the basic concept is passengers will be able to order you as a driver for an hour or more at a time, and they will pay an hourly rate. You will be their driver for the duration. So if they have 3 stops to make during their booked period of time, you'll have to drop them off and wait for them at each.
I could see how that would be good if it was like a party atmosphere. Like if you were taking people around the bars and stuff, because I think they would throw the tips because they build that connection long term more than just like a 3-minute ride to the next bar. But if it's during the day and the person's going grocery shopping, nah.
Well, and see, that's the thing, right? Now, the last feature that the app is talking about, that's what they're referring to as Go Get, or the feature is actually called Pick Up and Go, which I am not. And honestly, the rideshare guy is not very ecstatic about it either. But he goes, one feature I know many drivers will be upset about is the pick up and go feature. Customers will be able to order food en route to the destination and have the driver stop by the restaurant so they can get their food before finishing the trip at the drop-off. So you'd basically be a driver and delivery person all in one without getting a heads up front about a possible stop along the way.
That's weird.
Unless the passenger discloses that before ordering their food, right? So basically, even though if you don't want to be an Uber Eats driver, now you're going to have to be, and you're going to have like the smell of food and people eating in your car and all that stuff, even if you say you don't want to. And that whole idea about not stopping at McDonald's on Michigan Street at 1 o'clock at night, you can forget that, right? Because if they get one of these, well, then you have to.
I don't know how this is gonna fly and be good. Like I think
know,
the drivers will be like,
thing.
I'm opting out of this. Like, and then they're gonna. I mean, as long as Uber gives you the option to opt out, they almost get their feedback.
So they actually say about that, they talk about the dreaded drive-through, and most drivers avoid like the plague, right?
Yeah.
And then they said there's no mention of added compensation to the driver for providing this service either. So whether or not you'll actually be able to turn off that feature, we don't know or not, or if that's something that's going to cost extra. It's gonna make you more. So overall, lots of new features. Some of the people are gonna like, and some people are not gonna like, and we'll have to see what comes out of it. So.
I've noticed we have 2 articles from the rideshare guy. He is pushing Instacart signups big time. Yeah. Apparently, this is Instacart is booming right now. He writes 25 to 45 per hour with Instacart. I'm like, you're high, but
on what planet?
Yeah, on what planet? But yeah, if you go to his site,
maybe in his market.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ads on that article for Instacart and a pop-up. You get yours, or not Larry. What's his name? Harry. There we go. He's a good guy though. And then for me, I forget this article. I read it. Oh yeah, so it is from Harry again. It's a new all-electric, all-employee rideshare service company called Revel, coming out of New York. It's going to be the Tesla Model Ys. So Leo's like super into. Oh, there's an Instacart ad. Leo's super into Tesla. The Ys, I've not heard of that. Is that like a SUV hybrid?
It's like their cheaper SUV. It's based off the Model 3, so it's like a little bit bigger than the Model 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about $50,000.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah. And the prices keep going up.
So yeah. Wasn't there an announcement today that you can't pay for a Tesla with Bitcoin? Did that like plummet Bitcoin today?
It didn't plummet. It went down, but.
Oh, okay. But anyways, this is a new company.
I wonder if you can use Dogecoin. Maybe you can use Dogecoin. I don't know.
He did announce that.
That you could use Dogecoin?
Yeah, after this SNL thing on Saturday.
Wait, but then he says you can't use Bitcoin? Like, I thought that was his jam. Okay, we're getting out of left field here. But one thing that's interesting that you will be hired as drivers, employees. You will not be an independent contractor. So that's kind of cool. If that's something that you want to do. But they're taking the front passenger seat out, which is interesting. Putting a divider in. And it says the prices will be competitive with other rideshare companies. One thing I thought was interesting is they talk about the gas savings, and it says electric vehicles don't suffer from wear and tear as much as traditional. I don't know, man. Like,
depends on what kind of wear and tear, right?
Exactly. Like my wear and tear is going down dirt roads in the boonies, and I have suspension issues and power steering issues. Like,
right.
I'm thinking you're going to have the same. Yeah, I guess it's the definition of wear and tear.
It's probably the moving parts inside the motor, the engine that they're referring to.
But I'd be curious on all your vehicles, what parts have failed that are moving on your. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to that like an alternator?
I would try not to mention the time I went out and my oil went out and I had to replace my engine. Oh no, wait, I just did.
That's different. I'm talking about like what parts have you replaced? I'm just trying to think. Like, I don't think I've replaced any part because of like wear and tear that it just failed.
Right.
But anyways. So that's how they can make up for being competitive with Uber and Lyft. No gas and less wear and tear, I guess. But
that, and speaking of gas, that's an interesting dilemma right now, right? Because the gas prices are going up so much.
Have you gone to the gas station and filled up your grocery bag with gas yet?
I did a double grocery bag, though. 2 bags.
You got it. The double bag is that's the game changer.
I saw somebody filling up a big Rubbermaid tub full of gas.
Did you actually see them do it, or was it a video?
No, it was like a picture.
Yeah, I saw that too. And the first comment was like, she's not going to be able to lift that thing up. It was like 10 gallons. I'm like, you realize every gallon's like 8 pounds, isn't it? Something like that, 10 pounds a gallon. Like, you're not lifting that thing up.
Well, and what are people doing?
I don't want this. And someone even said something, and I hate to say it, but they're like, that person gets the same vote as you in the election. And you're like, I almost dropped the first F-bomb of the show. I was like, these effing hillbillies are filling up like drums of gas. And I'm just like, for what? Like, I guess, I don't know.
Well, we're gonna run out, right? Third world, the nuclear war, nuclear winter is gonna start in a couple of months, so it's gonna be. We need gas.
It really, this whole pandemic too. It's really proved like there's a lot of people that would perish really quick because they're like doing the stupidest thing, like hoarding toilet paper. I would be hoarding canned food and water. Like, I can shit and wipe with a sock for a long time. No,
Not
nothing.
One, hopefully.
Anyways.
What is going on with my jokes tonight? Like,
and you can pee in a bottle. There you go.
Well, I'm a professional with that. 2 jokes that just went flat. Larry, get your ass in here. But anyways, back to Revel. They were able to purchase 50,000. Oh yeah, there you go, Leo. 50,000 K for at least $2.5 million. Apparently, they're expensive to insure too.
Yeah.
John does not appreciate that mental picture there.
What, me shitting and wiping with a sock? I'd use my cheap socks. I wouldn't use my nice ones. But yeah, every time I read articles about electric vehicles, I want a Tesla so bad.
Me too.
I want a Tesla so bad. If I get any kind of windfall of money from like inheritance or whatever, I mean, after I pay my house off, of course, I'm buying a freaking Tesla. Like, John says my bathroom. Oh wait, sorry. At the Bob, I didn't mean to put that one up, but I was going to put that one. Jason's going to do open night at the. I love that Keith knows about the Bob and he lives in Georgia. That's
but
like.
See, I thought the Bob was sold. Didn't they close the Bob?
I don't think so. Did they?
Yep, they put them on the market. Yeah, both of them, both the Bob and the event space next to it.
Well, I know they put it on the market, but that's interesting. This is the one I meant to share. John says Jason's bathroom habits are questionable. Yeah.
Well, 100%. We all know that, John. Come on.
100%. All right. What are we up to now? Oh, this is interesting.
I have a prank.
Yep.
Did you have the screen? There you go. So this is from DoorDash. This is DoorDash drivers, the Reddit. Pranked. Was given instructions to please ring doorbell. It wasn't a fucking doorbell. It shocked you upon pressing it. Fuck rich people and fuck Tony.
So there,
he did not like that very much.
So maybe Leo can. Who gave us a sad face? I'm gonna kick that person in the privates.
Somebody gave us a sad face?
Yes, Sandra. Sandra did. I don't know.
Oh, come on, Sandra. You
What
can't
the hell,
mean that.
Sandra. So Leo, do you know about the Tony thing? Like, what's the Tony thing? Like, is that like the top dasher?
He's like the CEO, I think.
Oh,
I keep seeing him mentioned on this on the subreddit. Like every time someone has a problem, they're like, F Tony or whatever.
Okay. I didn't know if it was one of those Karen things or if it was like, the top dasher. All right. Who the hell gave me another sad face? John?
Who keeps giving you sad faces?
It's John, that sea sucker. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. Oh, do you think that guy was actually pranked? Like, who would frickin' do that? The first comment's like, that's probably assault. Okay.
It is.
Okay, Tony and Karen, and what's the male equivalent to the Karen?
I don't know.
Oh, at least I got a like. Oh, now we got 4 Leo, you son of a bitch. And Gary, you're a son of a bitch, too.
Just because I'm hosting doesn't mean I can't have some fun.
I know, but who's Gary L. Gray? Who named that child? Gary L. Gray. Gary, you're dead to me. I don't even know who you are. Okay. We got a lot
Be nice.
Huh?
Be nice.
He knows I'm kidding. I don't even know who he is. Okay, so free driverless rides with curbside pickup coming to Grand Rapids. So as you know, maybe some people don't, Leo, that there have been shuttles that have been driverless. They've had an attendant in it, but they've gone in the same route. I think it was it some sort of a dash bus or something?
Yeah, it's I believe they are run by the Dash, yeah.
Yeah. So that's going away. There were some stats that was crazy. Oh, they were doing 11,000 people a month before the pandemic hit that
Wow.
driverless cars. That's nuts for a city our size.
But I think wasn't it also just, I mean, they would stop and then you would just jump in and then drop off whenever you wanted to get out.
Yeah, I think it would go to all the stops, but it was like one circular pattern. So this is going to be a little bit different. It's going to connect with along the Bridge Street corridor and then connect with a bunch of West Side neighborhoods. So it's going to be a little different because it's going to be, left, rights, and, I guess the circle did left, rights, but it'd be a little bit more detailed compared to the shuttle. So it should be interesting. They said they're going to use an app called Via, which I thought Via was like a rideshare company, but
I've heard that name before.
yeah, it's familiar, but I don't know if it's the same thing. What else did I read when I was reading it? Oh, the shit ain't cheap either. Let's see. For the first phase of the pilot, I think this included the dash bus. The city contributed $250,000, and private sectors pitched in $400,000. So it's a lot of money. What do you think about that? I mean, it's kind of putting us out of business, but not out of business. But
It's not, though. We don't want the short rides anyways.
that's true. That's true.
I mean, I don't want them anyways.
Well, they increased or what was it? What were we talking about? And they didn't increase the surge, but it was just better for the short rides for a while. Oh, when they did the
Correct. They got rid of the
multiplier. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I can't even think. But
who's the rookie now?
yeah, no kidding. I can't read and try to run a show at the same time. So it should be interesting.
Yeah.
I'd like to take a ride in it just to have the experience of it and just talk to the attendant just to be curious.
I cannot wait until I'm back of driving passengers. I know I could do it now, but I'm not comfortable yet. But I miss it. I miss it so bad.
Just do it.
Just do it. I'm telling you, if the price is right, I might do it. It's not gotten there yet, but with this gas shortage, it might even get better. So you might have to do it. What's your name?
I can't drive with the mask on. That's my problem.
That ain't going away, bro. Like, you ain't driving
Wow.
passengers in the fall without a mask on. I'm telling you.
No, I know.
You're going to have to figure out another way.
That's gonna kind of dictate a little. I may have to go out and see about getting contacts then or something. So.
Yeah, I know you're worried about the fog. There's definitely a bunch of things you can buy to put in your mask that will not do that fog. I mean, Leo wears glasses too, but
yeah, I have a face shield, so
okay.
I don't have any problems with it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so our second ad spot is, hey, if you have a business, we would love for you to, we would love to talk about your business. So if you're listening to this podcast or you know somebody that might benefit from us talking about it, me screwing up the business name or teasing the business name like Womply, we would love to have you as a sponsor.
By the way, Womply is no longer a sponsor.
They are no longer a sponsor. The government ran out of money, so they don't. Yeah, did you get the email from them to reach out to the representative? They're like going on Twitter. I'm like, okay, guys, I understand you make money from this, but I'm not going to reach out to my representative. The money's gone. Let's just move on. You have to.
I got multiple emails.
Yeah, they're hitting it hard. But there's some guy trolling them every time on Twitter. They tag a rep. The same thing, and I look at the comments, the same guy, fuck Womply, these guys are scammers. I'm like, well, they're not. You clearly didn't get money, or you had to pay it back or something because you didn't follow the rules. But in all seriousness, I want to talk about, as you're starting to drive the Octopus tablet. What is that? That sounds... Table.
It says table in the rundown.
How dare you correct my spelling in the rundown? This is behind the scenes. No one sees this, and now they know I'm a terrible speller.
I think, Leo, this may be your last time you're on the show.
Unfortunately.
No, check it out. The link is in the description. We've had that link in there forever, and some people have got it out of different markets, but it is actually live in Grand Rapids. You can make an extra $100 a month. It's not a lot, but I mean, $100. I mean, it's 2 tanks of gas for me, so that's super helpful.
$50 is $50.
$50 is $50. Yeah.
Right now it's 2 tanks. Like in 2 weeks, it's 1 tank.
I drive that big SUV, but yeah, it's basically, it has trivia. Actually, the passengers can win prizes and stuff like that, and it has. I think it does have some advertising on it, but basically it's just like a little tablet system. They send it to you, put it in the back of the car, easy peasy. But it is live in Grand Rapids, so if you are a gig driver in Grand Rapids, why wouldn't you put it back there? If you can entertain your passengers and they're more likely to give you a tip, why not? So check the link in the description. We would appreciate that. We get a little kickback each time you guys sign up. And as soon as I'm to rideshare driving again, which will be in the fall, I can wear a mask, no problem. Yes, there's just a little bitch. And I'm just kidding, but I love you. I will be having this tablet because it's free. It's not like you have to pay anything. Speaking of that, I've been seeing these big ass things that people like. What are those? What are they called? You put them on the taxis, the advertising things. I don't know what they're called. Yeah, the topper. I've been seeing people have those on there too. I'm curious how much they pay.
I don't think they're in Michigan though, are they?
No, I don't think they are either. But yeah, it would have to be a lot more than $100 a month.
Mm-hmm. There's a company called Rapify. You can do vinyl wraps on your car and get paid for them. It's live here.
I heard that was a scam.
Really?
Yeah, like they really didn't pay much at all.
I mean, I would feel like the wrap and the sign in the top should pay the same amount. I mean, your car is basically altered. The tablet inside is great, right? You can just no one sees it. It doesn't look like you're some walking billboard, but if it's outside your car, I mean, I got to take my kids to school in that car. You know what I mean? So like,
oh, you take that off when you're not driving.
Well, not the wrap.
No, true. That's true. Yes.
And honestly, if I'm taking my kids for 5 minutes, I'm not going to like take this whole system down just for a 5-minute drive to school.
That's a good point.
Just saying. So check it out. Look up That scared the shit out of me. Dave the Uber slave. Now he follows. Why don't you give me a freaking sad face too, Dave? Jeez.
Be nice, Jason.
He knows. Nice. You don't have to say be nice. Everyone can hear my tone that I'm just kidding. So yeah, go to the description, either YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook, and check it out. Octopus tablet. Okay. Jesper, you're up.
So I have to preface this by saying it has to be a scam. I don't know. It's just weird.
It's not.
It's not a scam.
No. So I mean, I can explain it. It basically
Well, I mean,
it was in
can
Go ahead. Sorry, I apologize.
No, it's you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So it's an earnings screen, the weekly breakdown, and he made $6,100, and $5,228.99 is an earnings guarantee, and then he made $700 and $100 in tips and bonuses and blah blah blah. So it's just, who makes a $5,228 earning guarantee?
Well, this was one market in Texas. This was true. I saw them before this earnings. I saw them posting it. I think we even talked about it.
A $6,000 earning guarantee.
I gotta find that screenshot, but yeah, that is legit. It was $6,000 if you took 100 rides.
Holy.
Yeah. I mean, he made $700 on the 100 rides, and then they paid him. Like, it was one market. It may have been Austin something, but yeah, that's crazy. It is true. I know we talked about it, but I mean, who wouldn't do that?
No, I know, but that seems like it just seems fake.
If it was John, he would do that, and he would have all his earnings for the year.
That was funny.
I need a rim shot button.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ba-dum-bum.
Thank you. See you, Larry.
Larry got to run. Bye, Larry.
Larry, but he be in Leo's spot next week. So, all right. So this is just kind of interesting. I thought on the rider perspective from Uber, it says add a tip. Cheers to, like, it has different options. Cheers to you. $3, you're great. $4, thank you so much. $5, you're my hero. $6 or custom. So I thought that was kind of cool that you could do that.
So I'd like to know, what is the 1 cent called?
That's under fuck you.
I know. I was just about to say that. Oh my gosh.
I wonder there's always different thoughts on the custom. Like, you can only tip up to, like, is that the same for food as it is like a certain amount is in regards to like a percentage?
I'm sure it probably is.
I don't know. I'd like to test that out, but then if it went through, I'd be pissed. $100 for those chicken nuggets. Shit.
You can tip me $100 when I bring you nuggets on Saturday.
I'll give you some nuggets. All right.
Oh.
All right. So this is okay. We have a video for the. Oh, you know what? I don't think did I load that? I don't think I loaded that, Jesper. I just realized.
Of course you did.
Let's just talk about it.
Yeah, I know. Hang on. So this is it's a story. Huh?
It's weird that
I thought I muted this. There you go. Sorry. Now it's muted. I was like, I always check that. Anyways, so it's a story in our local magazine, 13 ABC. And it's about I guess it's in Atlanta, I guess, but the story was ran in our local magazine. So an Atlanta woman said she had to throw herself out of her Lyft after she thought she might be in danger Wednesday morning. Basically, she takes a Lyft to and from work every day. And so she obviously knows the ride and the way they're supposed to go very, very good. And this particular Lyft driver drove in the wrong direction, and a ride that should take 15 minutes and it took 30 minutes. At one point, Lyft even called her. They first texted her and said, "Hey, are you okay?" They, I guess, had recognized that they had been stopped for quite a while.
Well, maybe is it stopped or going from the opposite direction?
Well, stopped and going in the opposite direction. So they first texted her, and then she said, "Are you okay?" And she says, "No, I'm not." And so they called her. Basically, he wouldn't let her get out of the car. He was verbally assaulting her by calling her, calling her things he shouldn't be calling her, I guess. So basically, she was really scared for her life, and saying that even though that Lyft had their smart trip check-in feature, she still kind of felt like she had to throw herself from the car. And then after she went out of the vehicle, he made it look like he was gonna kind of drive over her or drive into her, but he ended up taking off. So that was the whole gist of the story.
I thought this was interesting that their emergency help feature is supported by ADT. If a rider or driver ever feels uncomfortable or unsafe, they're able to immediately connect with an ADT security professional. Riders are able to choose whether they want ADT to text them, call them, or silently alert 911. Drivers only have the option to receive a call. If requested, ADT will alert authorities so they can arrive. Huh.
I mean, I think the thing we can talk about in this one here is it didn't really help her much, right? I mean, she was uncomfortable. She was not safe, but she was the one having to jump out of the car.
There's always going to be a time factor there, right? Like, did she give? I mean, I don't want to judge her because she jumped out of the car. I mean, but what I was going to say was if she maybe waited 2 or 3 minutes, there may have been help on the way. But do you really want to wait that 2 or 3 minutes?
Well, but right, and she's already been in the car for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I would have said too. I mean, I've had enough. I'm done. Right, I'm gone. But I think the discussion should be: is Lyft and Uber doing enough?
But what else could they do?
Well, I don't know exactly. I don't know. I mean, maybe the moment that she says I'm not safe, maybe they need to dispatch a police vehicle, immediately. I don't know.
I do agree with you a little bit. I think that would be helpful just to get someone rolling right away. If they say they don't feel safe, I mean, why run the risk of,
right.
Well, do you want me to call you? I mean, I get why they're doing that, but I agree. I think they roll emergency unit. They can always disregard. Like, they can always say, hey, she's good, never mind. And the cop will be like, all right, whatever, I'll go on to something else.
You should always, decide a caution, right? I mean, it really should be. It's about safety here.
Yeah, I guess I don't. Other than them rolling an officer right away, I don't know what else Uber Lyft can do.
No, there's not much they can do. But should they do that more often and more quicker? I mean, more quicker. Should they do that quicker?
Really, what the woman should have done is should have cut him in the throat with a knife in her pocket, but. I mean,
well, that's the other question is why didn't she call the cops?
True. Well, she said she was arguing with the guy for 15 minutes, and that seems weird too. It's like I would have a discussion for like 2 minutes at max and be like, okay, this is not going the way.
Yeah,
I'm out. Like, yeah, why didn't she call the cops? But anyways. Next up, self-driving cars. We're talking about lots of like automations and stuff are a thing in China now, which I thought was interesting.
Self-driving taxis.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. Well, they still are cars.
No, they are, but yeah, the whole point is that they're taxis right now.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool. They're trying to get it up and going for the Beijing Winter Olympics, which we don't know if they will even have them, but kind of the same thing. Use an app to call the car. You have to scan a QR code, those kind of things. Each trip costs about $4.60 American, so it's still pretty cheap. But just another way of we're slowly getting away from.
I mean, I think this is a sign that the Uber and Lyft industry as we know it is it's going to die eventually.
It is. And I don't have the article for tonight. I did see that Uber paired up with, I don't know, I forgot. I can check it real quick just because it's going to drive me nuts. Uber and a rival partner to create an EV for ride-hail drivers. Oh, okay. So they're going to create an electric vehicle.
Right. But they're still going to have a driver.
Right. It's kind of along the same, but just the thought of like just going, I don't know. I think electric, well, they were really, into doing the driverless cars. Then it all got fucked up and someone died and then they sold the business. So now they're going to electric vehicles. Maybe they're baby stepping into,
But isn't the taxi supposed to be driverless?
It is. But I mean, are we ready for that yet? I mean, maybe in China they are, but I don't know. I just feel like every time they try to roll one out, someone dies.
No, I agree. I mean, we're still 5-10 years away. I agree with that.
You know what's funny about that though? Like, okay, somebody dies. Okay, it's sad. Okay, and everyone freaks out. But how many people die every day with regular automobiles? Like 1,000? I don't even know. It's an insane number in the country. So it's like, okay, yeah, someone died in a Tesla or whatever. I mean, obviously, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think one thing people don't understand is if you can completely take out the human factor of driving, the system, the whole basis of the system is going to be like a ton safer.
Right. It is.
Because humans, we are unpredictable and we are bad drivers. We don't have all the things, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. And most of the crashes in the Tesla are people using autopilot that are still not in control. And they literally say it's not ready.
Right.
You cannot do that.
Sure.
So when someone crashes and it's the car's fault, that's when I get concerned. But mostly, if you really read the article, the guy was, looking at a book and had his hands off the steering wheel. So,
right.
All right, Jesper, do you know why I'm posting this one?
I don't actually. I don't.
There's several things. First of all, DoorDash doesn't pay shit for Walmart orders, but first off, it's 126 items.
Right.
So $4.50.
Yes.
What really got me is the note. Walmart will not release goods to dashers with young children in the car who cannot be left unattended. It reserves the right to request a new dasher. Walmart also requires a clean, odor, and animal-free area be made available for loading groceries. Is this a regular problem that they have to put this in the... I mean, weird. And $4.50 for 126 items. I mean, I know you're not shopping it, but that's, I don't know, probably 30 bags.
Well, and 11 miles. I mean...
Well, that's not even the worst part. I mean, Judas Mod. I did have... Megan ended up, we've been doing the pickup at Aldi and at Meijer, not doing the actual delivery service. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Matt says he sees dashers with pets and kids in the car. And that's what I was going to say. We ended up having to get delivery from Meijer because for whatever reason, they didn't have any pickup times. And this lady had kids in the car. And I mean, I don't want to hate on them. Like kids, it's fine. But like, if you got to make money, you got to make money. But dogs and when you're dealing with food, it's like, come on, what are we doing here?
Right.
Same with cigarette smoke. I had one food delivery and I know the guy was smoking in the car, and it was actually from Panera, which is before DoorDash, before they hired DoorDash. And I was like, dude, I can smell the cigarettes, like, especially if you don't smoke. Right. I could smell the cigarettes through the food, but
oh, it's horrible. They should not do that.
Yeah, but I just thought that note was funny. I'm like, you really have to say that? I mean, come on.
I agree.
Anyways, we'd love you to join us on Patreon. I got a couple of episodes in the bank that are not up there right now. There is one up there right now. Which one's up there?
I don't know.
Display rides? I think it's display rides. But anyways, yeah, we basically try to interview people that have new apps. We've got one that's a local from GR app that you can make more money on, and then another one to help you financially that's coming out at the end of the month. So if you go to patreon.com, search the Gig Economy Podcast, you get an extra podcast a month, a piece of merch, and of course, before show banter, which... if I remember to put it up, which I have been good at it. Or it's actually more remember to hit record before the show. So,
and then for the most important part, you help us, right?
Yeah, you're supporting the
show.
Yeah, I mean, all the content that we do on this show is all free. You know, we do earn a little money from sponsors, but with the Patreon, you're part of the team. We really appreciate. Leo's been a Patreon member for forever. So we really appreciate that. And patreon.com, search the Gig Economy.
And we should say the sponsor money, we don't take any money out. It helps pay for the show.
God, no.
It helps pay for the show.
I mean, if we had enough sponsors, we would take some money out, but yeah, we don't take a salary.
No.
Jerry says, I delivered a load of birthday balloons from Party City with Uber Eats. Yeah, I've seen some horror stories with those balloons. I don't think I'd want to do that.
No.
God, can you imagine those things like flying out? Because they all got helium in them. God, can you imagine them all popping in your car? You know how if you suck in a little helium, your voice goes really high? Oh, I love doing that. My kids think that's the funniest shit ever. They're like, they don't understand it. I'm like, with birthday or whatever, I'm like, watch this. And they just die laughing. But nice to see you on the show, Jerry. Appreciate that. Matt says, former smoker, the stench makes me sick. Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
I used to smoke too many years ago. 20 years ago.
You did, Jesper?
Oh yeah, I smoked for 16 years.
I cannot see a cigarette hanging out of your mouth.
Oh yeah, I was young and stupid.
Young
once.
and dumb.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I even had an earring.
Oh, I had my ears pierced too. I had both ears, and then I had one up in the what is that top part called? The I don't fucking know, but anyways. DoorDash Reddit delivered a leave at door order to a cemetery. Customer was non-responsive, and support said leave in a safe place. I figured at the feet of our Lord and Savior would suffice. So there's a cross with Jesus on it, crucified, and he just put the food there. I love this guy.
I like how it says customer was non-responsive.
Oh,
wonder if that's who it was.
No pun intended. I mean, that's a good joke. Oh,
sorry.
My gosh. No, that was perfect. But yeah, if you want some hilarity, sometimes those Reddit groups are just freaking hilarious.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
All right, Jesper, you're up. Tell us about makeup.
I don't want to talk about makeup.
Just make it short. You don't have to read the whole damn thing.
I know. So basically, Uber Eats has their first beauty partnership. So now you'll be able to order Estee Lauder candles and skincare.
Ooh.
Why would you want to do that? But it's only in cities, 60 stores in the US. So I'm assuming it's only in obviously cities where those stores are available. So basically you'll be able to order yet another thing on Uber Eats and have it delivered. Why anybody would want to have candles or skincare products delivered by Uber Eats, I don't quite know, because as far as I understand, I mean, I guess Estee Lauder is probably not that expensive of a brand, but it's definitely a brand that's been around for a long time. So I don't know why you would want to order
what
that.
I would think would be hot, as much as I'm into women's makeup, is it Ulta? Is like a makeup line, Ulta or Ultra?
Yeah.
I would think they would want to pair
Ultra,
up.
Ultra, yeah.
I think they would want to pair up with them, because who wears Estee Lauder? Like, that's like my grandma shit, from back in the day.
Well, but let's be real here, right? How often are you in a situation do you need it like right now?
I mean, you know how many pregnancy tests you see
I need a candle right now with this special scent.
I need a candle, a pack of condoms, and some eyeliner.
Hey, it didn't say anything about condoms, man.
I know.
There yet.
I added that. Yeah, the deliveries are hilarious. I love the pregnancy tests or the lube and some chocolate, and you're like, oh boy, like people just. Whatever. I don't think I could get that delivered. I don't know. Maybe with contactless delivery, people don't really care, but
it's so weird.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why anybody would buy that at Uber Eats.
I'm telling you, people will. All right, I have failed to load shit tonight, and I apologize. No one else cares, but I'm skipping the next one because I don't have it loaded. So this is from. What do you think about this, Jesper? I know you looked at this. I thought this was interesting.
It was. So I have a problem with it, but he says, I have no problem with this, but this was a male. I called him and explained, I have no control of this, but he can cancel the ride and try to book again. So I guess whoever gets him, be careful. And it's a Uber window. Sean, hey there, I got a long trip alert, but it doesn't tell me what city. What city are you going to? San Antonio. Let me gas up and I'll be right there. And he goes, can I get a female driver, please? I would have canceled it on the spot.
Yeah.
It's just wrong on so many levels. I mean, I don't even care if it would have taken. I mean, so here, I don't know what that long trip is, but let's say it would have taken me to Lansing or whatever. No way. I'm not. That's
Well,
no.
I mean, I think the awkwardness is, can I get a female driver? Like,
Right.
That's the weird part where.
Well, but that's exactly what it is, because he makes it weird, right? It's like,
yeah, I mean, I would be like, why? You're taking a long trip and you want a female driver? I mean,
right.
I don't know. Kind of creepy on many levels.
Total creeper.
And let's see. This one was kind of funny. The Domino's pizza one I'm going to share. I actually loaded. I don't know what happened, why those other ones. You know what I did is when I was going to the rundown, I just saw the links, and I usually write video behind it, so it triggers me to load the video. But anyways, no one cares why I did.
Alcohol was involved.
Huh?
Alcohol was involved.
No,
sure.
it wasn't. I promise it wasn't. This is actually Jesper shared it. It was actually almost a year old, and I'd never seen it. But basically, the customer asked the Domino's pizza delivery driver to do a couple things: kick the door 3 times, do a little jig.
It was actually my wife who shared it with me.
Oh, really?
It was kind
That's
of funny. Yeah.
All right, let me play that real quick. I actually have that one. I like his dance all the way back to, like, he fully
run away screaming. Yeah.
he fully committed to that. Knock 3 times, high five the camera, and I just love those. It's better.
Virtual hi-fi. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than the things we see usually on that. But that was hilarious.
It was just fun, right? And those are the good ones.
Yep. All right, Leo, you ready? We're gonna bring in yours. You got to talk about it. You shared a double with me, so I didn't share that one, but
I got a few of them.
Yeah. Matt says if you got to buy your pregnancy test at dollar store, you maybe can't afford a kid. Yeah, I mean, my wife gets a lot of stuff at dollar stores, but it wouldn't be a pregnancy test. The things that suck at a dollar store, paper plates suck at a dollar store. Just to let you know, my mother-in-law would continually buy them up at the cabin. I'm like, I need 6 of them. To actually make a plate. Please stop.
Get the Aldi ones. They're much better.
Yeah, I know they are. Aldi's got great everything. Okay, Leo, this is your picture.
Yeah. So this is the one that happened to me, and it's just a double order from Taco Bell. But you can see the first one was really close to where the restaurant was, but the second one was all the way very far north. 36.8 miles total, 25.19.
But the weird part is, why would they double that? Like, that's not even close.
Right. I mean, I don't know if they had a Taco Bell that was up there or not, or maybe it was closed. It was like midnight, as you can see the time there.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But I would not take that.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Well, obviously the mileage, but then, man, you would be way out of I mean, I assume still you're kind of down. You already got a little bit of a drive just to get to the restaurant.
Yeah, it's about maybe about 5 miles from the restaurant, if I had to guess. So, yeah, then you're going all that way. That's crazy. At that time of night, I don't know, because as that freeway that it's had me, I live right off that freeway right there that's had me take, and there's people that race up and down this freeway all night long. So I would not want to be on that late at night. Matt
said one of the orders had 0 tip. I agree. I think the order that's further away probably is the one, or the one that's closer probably has the 0 tip. My guess. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but
yeah.
Jesper talked about these stack-ons. You got to be careful with these. It kind of wets your whistle when you see the 25 and you're like, oh, it's not bad, and then you realize one didn't tip you, and it's a long way to go. So
yeah.
All right, this Uber one.
Yep, I had 2 in within like 10 days. They were $6.66.
That's creepy.
That is. And I don't know why they would even allow that amount.
I don't know why either. I mean, it's just simple math, but I don't know why the 666 is sign of the devil. I mean,
maybe Uber's trying to tell me something and just stop driving for a bit.
I mean, and it was 26 minutes on the one, and it's Popeyes. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
yeah, no, forget that's a Popeyes by my house actually, and I know them. The last time I picked up from there, the line was out to the street.
Oh, gross, gross. Yeah. And then that last one, I didn't know.
Yeah, so I've gotten like maybe 2 or 3 orders stacked together before, like at Walmart's, but I've never seen 5 before. And then after I declined this one, I actually got another one. It was a different set of 5, but they stacked them all together like this, and it's only 7 items as you can see. But it's like I don't want to be doing that. That's ridiculous. Because
So wait, it was $15.75 for all 5?
for all 5, yep. I mean, for the mileage, it's not bad, but for the time it would take you.
Oh yeah, 5 stops.
So it's funny that this we're talking about this. So I haven't talked about this yet. I don't know why, but there's a new app called Spark. You actually deliver for Walmart. It's not through Walmart. To get hired, you have to go to Delivery Drivers Incorporated, DDI. We interviewed the CEO a while back. But I did sign up for it, and I do Walmart orders. And Matt brings that up, that they rarely tip. On Doordash. Yeah. I don't do Walmart on Doordash. They will not tip. But they do on Spark. You'd be surprised. And we will get those stack orders. They call them batch orders on Spark. And a lot of them are 1 item. It's the stupidest thing. It's like a pack of M&Ms. I'm not kidding you. Like a 1 pound pack of M&Ms. And it actually pays relatively well, and they will surge. Usually on a trip of like 7 or 8, I'll make $60.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They're not all like that, and they're so easy too. It's just like, just think of it as being like Amazon driver with 1 item. Like you're literally just, although there are sometimes like I delivered a bike, I delivered some furniture, so it's not like it's always just one item thing. But yeah, check it out. I mean, as much as I don't want competition, I'm not doing it now, so frickin' do it. I'll be doing it in the fall, but it's Spark is the name of the app, but you have to go through DDI to do it.
Yeah.
So
Delivery Drivers Incorporated.
yeah. We don't have any link for that or anything. There's no advantage. Just I would check it out. If you're a delivery driver, you might as well put that in your tool belt. You never know when you're going to need it. So they do have groceries. It's just like DoorDash. Like Leo shared that last picture. That's kind of a batch order where it's just 1 or 2 items per order. It's easy peasy. The customer doesn't have to be there. You just snap the picture and move on. Food's a little bit more tricky. But yeah, it works well for me. So yeah. Also, I wanted to bring up, there is a new app for DoorDash. I'm going to throw it out there.
I was wondering if you were going to do.
Well, I don't know if we want to wait for the affiliate link or if
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So it's called Tip Transparency. You can look it up. Matt can probably share the link in here. Actually, Matt might have a referral.
They were just added to the App Store too.
Yeah, but Matt, if you have a referral link, go ahead. I can't read that.
I don't know if you can see that or not. I actually tried it and I got a text about it.
Okay. It's called Para.
Well, Para is okay. It's 2 different apps, Jesper. Right now,
okay.
It's Tip Transparency, but I can't remember what he did say. It was something in the App Store, but basically, it circumvents the. No, it doesn't circumvent. It basically somehow can figure out what the actual tip is, and it sends you a text before you accept it. So the order pops up within 1 or 2 seconds. You will get a text notification, and it will pop down. And it will tell you how much that order actually is, because DoorDash likes to hide their shit behind, I don't know, whatever you call it, the order. Yeah, they are integrating TT into Para. Yeah, I don't know. It's not done yet, but do you have a link or somebody? I don't know. If you do, just throw it in the chat. But if you're on DoorDash, you'd be dumb not to use this. Matt said he makes about $8 or $9 more per hour, which is huge. I mean, if you're just rounded up to 10, I mean, if you're working 4 hours, that's an extra $40 because it basically gives you the opportunity to be like, F that, I'm not taking this order. But so eventually we'll have an affiliate link. We're trying to get them as a sponsor, but it's been great. For Matt, he definitely is.
I can't wait to try them tomorrow.
Are you heading out tomorrow with it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I want to hear your feedback for sure.
I'll give you some field reports.
Yeah, that'd be great. Matt says it's great.
Definitely a game changer. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesper and I talked to Jimmy, one of the partners of Para, and I was like, how long is this before DoorDash is going to come down? But apparently they're pretty confident that that they won't come down on. By the way, though, you are violating their terms of service by using it. I'm going to throw that out there. You probably all know that, y'all smart, but just so you know, don't get me wrong. I use apps that violate almost every terms of service of every app I use. So,
well, don't say it like that, Jason. Now you're.
I mean, Jesper does
all the platforms.
I mean, you don't know what platform. They don't know what platform I'm on. Watch me get kicked off of Uber and Lyft tomorrow.
I know they're watching. It's like, bye.
Have a good day. But anyways, well, Leo, thanks for coming on. You were so quiet. Was Jesper interrupting you?
I think so. Yeah, it's hard to get a word in edgewise with him.
What?
I'm just throwing you under the bus. It's okay.
Well, I appreciate everyone listening. I appreciate Leo. Looking forward to seeing Leo in Detroit. Looking forward to seeing Leo in Grand Rapids when he comes from Detroit. I mean, I don't think I have any trips planned to Detroit, but
you can come over whenever you want.
I know. I actually love Detroit. Like, I miss the downtown area. The last time we were there, I think it was for a concert. Maybe for a hockey
you were very excited about this big concert.
Which one? The Pop Evil one?
Pop Evil, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it was. I think that's the last time at the Fillmore we got to meet them. God, it sucks. But anyways, I appreciate Leo coming on. I appreciate being a Patreon member. Really appreciate that. I appreciate Jesper being sexy.
Always.
And we'll be back in 2 weeks. And I think next week we have a new episode coming. The 24th. Nope, it's not next week. The 24th. The episode that all the Patreon members got first for a couple of weeks is coming out for everyone else. And so look forward to that. But I hope you guys have a good night. And yeah, Leo,
thanks, everybody.
Leo, stay on the line after I kill this. All right. Good night, guys. Thanks.
Bye, guys.